Welcome to the Conscience of Kansas radio show with Paul A. Ibbotson. A no-nonsense conservative talk show that looks at the local, state, and national issues that affect the people of Kansas. And now, here's Paul A. Ibbotson.
We wouldn't have the country that we have without your service. All right, we're going to go now to a really light bit that I think is very interesting. Some guys are doing some wonderful things. Chris Pendarvis, one of the co-creators of Insanity Island. At this time, just sit back and enjoy.
Let's take a trip to Insanity Island.
It's Insanity Island News. I'm Bob Bublé. Hi, how you doing? The course of the nation, dare I say, the world, has been changed since President Barack Obama was elected President of the United States of America. However, some people think we're going way too far to the left under President Barack Obama. Well, here to help us sort this mess out is House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Madam Speaker, thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you for having me, Bob.
Madam Speaker, how do you respond to these critics who say Obama is turning America into a vomit maggot soup with a side of douchebag?
They're evil, and they hate black people, and anyone that's poor. And they want the planet to die just so they can drink oil. I mean, really, these people are so stupid, they actually believe a fetus is alive. Look, when you have the right to vote, then I have the right to kill you, right? Right? That's why we have to make laws to contain these incredibly stupid people who still believe in what the so-called founding fathers had to say.
Speaker,
Please, they're just a bunch of white slingers who don't pay their taxes. I'm trying to save the planet. George Bush was evil. Anyone who voted for him, let me tell you, you're on my list. Obama is the greatest thing in the history of the world. I really don't see how civilization ever got this far without him. Actually, I don't understand how there ever was civilization.
Madam Speaker, we're going to stop for a commercial break. We'll be right back in just a moment. My God, is that woman insane or what? She's just talking. I can't understand a word she says.
Bob, we're not scheduled for a commercial break yet.
Talking. I know, though. I'm a professional. I got my phone call from Mr. Soros this morning. I've got to make her look good. Got to make her look smart. Boy, I got my work.
Bob, we're still on the air. God, idiot.
Oh, man, that was great. That's Insanity Island, folks. And have you heard that sound? That was Joe Biden. Oh, man, that was perfect. I tell you what, I had my big headache. It's just shrunk down. This was like an ibuprofen for the soul. We're going to bring these guys in right now and talk to the creators of Insanity Island at this time. All right, radio listeners, we have a very special guest with Chris Pendarvis. He's the co-creator with Doug Hayden of Insanity Island. You can find their stuff at www.youtube.com/Insanity Island. And Chris, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much.
Well, you know, I ran across your stuff on YouTube. We have feelers and agents that work for the Conscience of Kansas radio program. They're always looking for interesting, creative, conservative stuff. And we ran across all of your little mini movies, and they're very funny, very hilarious. I think they depict the left very well. And I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about yourself and how you guys got into creating Insanity Island.
Well, we started this when I was, I think 6th grade. We started doing just comic books. We called it Insanity Island. It was really just the story of Doug and I trying to become a famous cartoonist.
Yeah.
And, of course, you know, we were able to wallpaper our wall with all the rejection letters we were getting over the years. And eventually it just turned into politics. Part of that is because I feel like we're living in a junta today. And it's just so easy to take what's happening and make cartoons about it. I mean, my God, Nancy Pelosi is a living cartoon.
Oh, well, absolutely.
I mean, it was really difficult to make her look funnier than she really was. It's difficult to exaggerate what these people are doing. You almost have to do a cartoon literally word for word what they're saying, and that's funny enough right there.
There's no doubt about it. We just played your little mini cartoon with Nancy Pelosi before this interview, and it's hilarious. And I think you hit Joe Biden right on the head, too, as well. Every time someone asks me, what did Joe Biden say? I always think, well, I don't... You know, and that's about it. And so it's like, man, you reached right into my mind. How long does it take to create one of your little mini episodes?
It takes about a week.
Wow.
It takes about a week because we do everything ourselves. We write it and animate it and draw it and vector it. We do all the sound. We do the voice impersonations. If there's any music, we can perform it. You know, we do it all. So
wow.
It takes a while. However, we found that, you know, beforehand we were trying to do 30-minute television shows and that was taking forever.
Mm-hmm.
And then we realized we could just do basically what we're doing is like a 4-panel strip animated. And, like in the old days, you'd have peanuts and stuff in the papers. I think that's going by the wayside now anyway. I think the Internet's the new way to go. And instead of doing a 4-panel strip, why not show everything you can do and animate it? And I think it gets people more interested.
Well, it's very interesting. And, always when you have a situation like this, what you're doing, part of it is storyline, whether you can write and create a scenario that's believable. And you're certainly doing that with just depicting the left as they truly are.
Yeah.
And then the voice work as well, the animation is very interesting. And
thank you very much.
Well, you're very welcome. We would like to host it at IbbitsonUSA.com, our master website of superior conservative values, have it out there where people can see it as well as on YouTube.
Wow, that's really great. I was going to ask you if you wanted to do that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
You're more than welcome to have anything we have.
Well, I appreciate that very much. I know our readers, our listeners, the folks that engage in both the video and the radio at the Conscience of Kansas, we get a kick out of it, because when you see these things, they're funny and they strike you as funny, but then you also sit back and you say, that's just about right. The humor of the left and the craziness, despite the fact, and it's unfortunate that it's also destroying the country, but if you look, can step back from that for a moment, the things they do are just like a circus in action. And I think that myself, sometimes it keeps people from going completely postal.
I truly believe Doug and I are the answer to, Family Guy and The Simpsons and all the stuff that's out there.
Now, I have a question on your Pelosi sketch that you did. Are you the announcer, or is that Doug? Which one is that?
That's Doug.
That's Doug, okay.
Now, the funny thing is, he does the real-life Bob Bubbly.
Okay.
However, when it's the cartoon Bob Bubbly, that's my voice. I don't know why we do it that way, but we both can do the same impersonations, and so...
Very interesting.
I think it was just I was doing it, and while I was there, I went ahead and did the voice, and we decided, hey, you know what, let's confuse everybody. Let's make them wonder who the heck is who. And so we just started doing it that way.
Well, very interesting to mix both the animation and the real-life stuff together. Very, very, very funny. I think that there's a medium and a forum just ready to break out with what you guys are doing. First of all, I believe that conservatives have the market on humor. I think conservatives are naturally people that are not, they don't come out of the womb angry and victimized and, with a foghorn and a picket sign.
You're right about that. And the fact that we're constantly the ones being attacked, we're used to it.
Yeah.
They're the ones that can't handle it.
Absolutely. So I think there's a place, really for a mainstream giant breakout for you guys. And we would love to ride your coattails to glory. And, I think that what you're doing is just simply needs to be expanded out to as many markets as possible. So we're very happy to do it. Folks that want to go there, you can find them at www.youtube.com/Insanity Island. You can click the subscribe button. And when you do that, you will then be able to be notified every time they have a new episode come out. And we did it. It was very simple, user-friendly. Now we're enjoying your episodes when they come out, and we get to chuckle along and just brightens our day and puts a spring in our step. And Chris Pendarvis, we want to thank you so much for being our guest on the Conscience of Kansas radio program. You have new things coming out that you want to get out to the flatlands of Kansas and basically around the country and the world. Be sure and give us a holler so we can echo what you're doing, because I think you've got wonderful stuff going on.
I will send you a personal email every time we put one up.
Beautiful.
I cannot thank you enough.
Well, you're very welcome, and you just have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, Paul.
All righty, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was our interview with Chris Pendarvis. He's the co-creator with Doug Hayden of Insanity Island. I ran across these guys, and I tell you what, I was rolling all day. Very funny stuff. Now, if you want to check Insanity Island, you don't have to go any further than IbbitsonUSA.com. You can check them out right there. We're going to have them every time they have a new one up for your enjoyment. And I would pass on to Doug Hayden, the co-creator, is that you are a very beautiful man. That's not my words. That's some of the listener mail and reader mail from those that subscribe to our mailer. Got in there and looked at your Nancy Pelosi spoof video that we have posted up right now. And that's what they're saying. Hey, I'm just the messenger. But great stuff there from Insanity Island. And we're getting ready to go to